For decades, people have been sold the idea that wealth is a slow, predictable journey. Work hard, save diligently, invest in retirement accounts, and one day, after 40 years of sacrifice, you'll finally be free. It sounds responsible. It sounds safe. But in reality, it's a high-stakes gamble where the most valuable asset, time, is the biggest casualty. Imagine this. You're sitting at your desk on a Monday morning, staring blankly at spreadsheets while sipping stale coffee. Your boss walks by, reminding you about the importance of long-term planning. Just keep grinding, they say with a forced smile. Your pension will take care of you. But deep down, you wonder, what if I never reach that finish line? What if all these sacrifices lead nowhere? Think of it like setting out on a road trip. Think of it like setting out on a road trip with a promise of a dream destination. The journey is long, exhausting, and filled with detours. You're told that as long as you stay on course, go to school, get a job, save for retirement, you'll eventually arrive. But life isn't a straight highway. The road is unpredictable. A recession wipes out years of savings. A medical emergency drains your finances. A company downsizes. And suddenly, the job you counted on is gone. Take Sarah, for example. She followed the script perfectly. She graduated top of her class, landed a stable corporate job, and maxed out her 401k contributions every year. By 35, she felt confident that she was ahead of the curve. Then came the Great Recession. Her employer went bankrupt, leaving her unemployed for over a year. To make ends meet, she dipped into her savings, erasing years of careful financial planning. "I did everything right," Sarah muttered to herself one night, scrolling through job listings. "Why does it feel like I'm starting from scratch?" Her friend Rachel tried to comfort her. "At least you've got time to rebuild. Some people don't even have that." Sarah sighed. "Time? That's exactly what I've been losing. Every year I spend chasing this long game feels like another year wasted. Real wealth isn't about waiting. Real wealth isn't about waiting. It's about building. Ownership, leverage, and creating something that grows beyond your time and effort. The people who control industries, build businesses, and create assets aren't sitting around hoping that compound interest will save them in 40 years. They're playing a different game entirely. Consider James, a software developer who grew tired of trading hours for dollars. One evening, while watching YouTube videos about entrepreneurship, he stumbled upon an interview with a self-made millionaire. "The secret," the millionaire explained, "isn't saving more, it's owning more. Assets work for you while you sleep. Jobs only pay you when you show up." Inspired, James decided to take action. Instead of pouring all his energy into climbing the corporate ladder, he started working on side projects after hours. Within 2 years, he launched a SaaS, software-as-a-service product that automated tedious tasks for small businesses. At first, progress was slow. Sales trickled in, and late nights became the norm. But within 5 years, James had built a scalable business generating passive income. One day, during a casual lunch with former colleagues, someone asked him how he managed to break free. "It wasn't easy," James admitted, "but once I realized that time was my most valuable resource, I stopped wasting it on things that didn't matter. I focused on building systems, not resumes." His old co-workers exchanged glances, some skeptical, others intrigued. "So you're saying we should quit our jobs?" one of them joked nervously. James shook his head. "No, I'm saying you should stop treating your career like a dead-end street. Start thinking about how you can own a piece of the road instead of just driving on it. Are you driving toward freedom or just circling the same dead-end loop? So, before committing your entire life to the long road, ask yourself, are you driving toward freedom or just circling the same dead-end loop?" Let's revisit Sarah, the corporate worker whose dreams were derailed by unforeseen circumstances. After months of frustration, she decided to pivot. Inspired by stories of entrepreneurs who took control of their futures, she began exploring alternative paths. She started small, freelancing part-time to test the waters. Eventually, she discovered a niche market for personalized wellness coaching, a passion she'd always put on hold because it didn't fit the traditional career mold. Within 3 years, Sarah had built a thriving online business. Not only did she regain control of her finances, but she also rediscovered her sense of purpose. Looking back, she reflected on the lessons she learned along the way. The problem with the long game, she told a group of aspiring entrepreneurs during a podcast interview, is that it assumes everything will go according to plan. Life doesn't work that way. If I'd stayed stuck in the old system, I'd still be waiting for tomorrow to bring me freedom. Instead, I chose to create it today. The hidden costs of the long game. The hidden costs of the long game extend far beyond money. Time spent chasing someone else's definition of success often leaves little room for personal fulfillment. Relationships suffer. Dreams are postponed indefinitely. And worst of all, many people wake up decades later realizing they've spent their entire lives preparing to live, not actually living. Rachel, Sarah's supportive friend, faced a similar dilemma. Despite her outward success, a corner office, a 6-figure salary, and a shiny title, she felt increasingly empty inside. "I thought I wanted this," she confessed to Sarah one evening. "But now I'm not so sure. All I do is trade my time for promotions and bonuses. When does it end?" Sarah smiled knowingly. "When you decide it does. You can keep running on the treadmill, or you can step off and start building something meaningful." Rachel hesitated. "What if I fail?" "You already failed," Sarah replied bluntly. "You failed when you gave up your happiness for a paycheck. At least now, if you try something new, you'll know you gave yourself a chance, playing the right game. The truth is, the illusion of the long game keeps millions trapped in cycles of dependency. Meanwhile, those who understand the power of ownership, leverage, and scale are rewriting the rules. Take Tom, a real estate investor, who turned $10,000 into a multi-million-dollar portfolio within a decade. His strategy? Buy distressed properties, renovate them, and rent them out. Over time, the cash flow from his rentals allowed him to reinvest and expand. When asked about his secret, Tom shrugged. "I didn't invent anything new. I just played the right game." Most people focus on saving pennies while ignoring the potential of dollars. I focused on dollars. Tom's story serves as a reminder. The road to wealth isn't paved with patience alone. It's built on action, creativity, and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom.